What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to the retro Miami Dolphins rebuild here on Madden 21 on the PC. That is right. We are back with episode number 5 of this series. We are still in season number 2, 2007. 2006. No, we're in 2006, right? Because we started in 2005. So we are in 2006. But we have the 2007 draft class. That's what That's what I was thinking. But we are at the end of 2006, as you can see. Well, you can't see yet, but we are in week 17. I'll show you guys that when we load into the actual game. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for the support on this series. It has been fantastic. All the views, all the likes, all the comments. It's amazing. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for the support on this and every series. But with all that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Make sure to smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and let's play some Madden. All right, we're back here in the main menu. Week 17 is where we start, and we are 8-7. So from the last time you guys saw us at 8-5, we're 8-7 now. So this team is very inconsistent, very up and down. We're not going to win the division, I don't think, unless we win against the Raiders and the Jets and the Patriots lose. I still don't think we have a chance at winning the division. But there's an outside chance we make the playoffs, I guess. If the Patriots lose, we could get the 7 seed. But we're also going up against the number 1 seeded Oakland Raiders, who have a 10-5 record. So I don't think we're going to be winning this game, which is perfectly fine. As of right now, our draft picks are as follows. We have the 11th pick, the 19th pick in the first round. And then we have 3 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks, 2 fourth-round picks, a 5th and a 6th. Obviously, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th are all from New Orleans in the junior sale trade at the beginning of the season. But an 11th pick and a 19th pick are not enough to get Calvin Johnson. It's just not. It's not high enough. He's going to go either first or second, or he's going to go top 3, almost guaranteed. So we can probably just check off Calvin Johnson for being an option for us. Adrian Peterson will be there, I would assume. Patrick Willis will be there. Darrelle Revis will be there. So there are some interesting choices for us. And there's always the option that we go up and we trade for the number 1 pick in the draft and we take Calvin Johnson. There's always that possibility as well. But that'd be giving up a lot of assets. He is a generational talent at wide receiver, but I don't know if it's worth giving up all those picks for Calvin Johnson when there's so many other needs that we have. I don't know. And plus, we don't have a lot of draft picks next year, so maybe we don't get Calvin Johnson, and then we just trade back some picks and get some picks next year too. That's probably the way that we'll go. But let's not waste any more time. Let's simulate to the wild card weekend, see if we beat the Oakland Raiders. All right, we beat the Oakland Raiders 24-22, so we finished 9-7 on the season, which is better than what we finished last season, I'm pretty sure. We got some upgrades here. Jahari Evans is an 82 now, so that's pretty good. But the playoff bracket is as follows. The Jags are now the number 1 seed with the bye because the Raiders lost to us. So they will face the Patriots. Then you've got the 3-seeded Steelers against the Chargers. And then the 4-seeded Jets against the Titans in the AFC. And then over in the NFC, you've got the Seahawks, who are the number 1 seed in the NFC. Then the Packers at 2 versus the Lions, the Cowboys and the football team, and then the Falcons and the Eagles. So it's a pretty decent playoff matchup. The Patriots are obviously the defending Super Bowl champions in this save. So being the 7th seed after going from the number 1 seed with a bye last year to a 7th seed this year is not going to be very good for them. But we did not make the playoffs, as you can obviously tell, so we got to sign all the practice squad players. I'm going to keep Ryan Flores because the head coach doesn't really matter at this point. We obviously had Nick Saban in real life, so if we can't have Nick Saban, then it doesn't really matter who we have And then I'm going to simulate the playoffs. I'll see you guys at Super Bowl weekend. All right, I forgot about the Pro Bowl, so I brought you guys back in before the Super Bowl because who remembers about the Pro Bowl? So that doesn't make any sense. Rosters for the Pro Bowl, NFC, AFC. Chad Pennington is the starting quarterback for the Pro Bowl for the AFC, going up against Brett Favre. Anybody from the Dolphins? Terrell Owens is there. We could have had Terrell Owens. You can obviously pause this at any time if you want to see if any of your favorite players have made it. I'm not seeing... Oh, Jahari Evans. We got a Pro Bowler. Jahari Evans is here. And Donald Penn. Donald Penn as well. Wait, is that our holiday? We've got a holiday. Hold on. Let me check. V holiday. I'm pretty sure that's our holiday. I guess I could just go here. He's going to be pretty high overall. Vonnie Holiday, left end. I'm assuming that's our Vonnie Holiday. So, all right, we got 3 Pro Bowlers right now. That is very, very good. And David Boston. I didn't even see David Boston there. 4 Dolphins Pro Bowlers after not having any last season. No Vernon Davis, though. That's a little bit upsetting. But we've got 4 Pro Bowlers so far. I haven't even gone down all the way yet. Vince Wilfork, Carter Williams, Godfrey, Harrison, Shepard, Quentin Jammer. Wait, do we have a Shepard? I'll have to check on that one. Antoine Bethea, that's 5. 5 Pro Bowlers. Let me check on the Shepard. I'm not sure if we have a... I'm pretty sure we signed somebody named Shepard. No, it was Schulters. Okay, so we have 5, count them, 5 Pro Bowlers this year, which is... It's a win. It's a small win, but it's a win. And the Super Bowl matchup is the Oakland Raiders versus the Washington football team. So I guess it doesn't matter if you lose to the Dolphins in Week 17 and drop from the 1 seed to the 2 seed. They still got to go to the Super Bowl, so it's a win for them. Okay, so the football team are your 2006 Super Bowl champions. They have defeated the Oakland Raiders 36-26. In the Super Bowl. That's pretty crazy that the Washington football team, they were what, like the 5th seed or something? And they go on and win the Super Bowl. So we've had the Patriots in year 1 and now in year 2, the Washington football team. Checking retirements, anybody of note? Terrell Owens. So it's a good thing that we did not trade all those assets for Terrell Owens. Because... he retired, so we would have only had him for a season, and then he would have retired. And then they also lost B-Doc. Brian Dawkins has retired. The Bus Jerome Bettis has retired, and it looks like the Chargers have changed their team to the Egyptians or something. The Pharaohs, maybe. I don't know what that is, but the LA Chargers are no more. Teddy Bruschi retires, that hurts me. Ted Johnson retires, that hurts me. Josh Miller retires, that hurts me. Junior Seau retired, so we got some return for a guy that was on his way out. So that's key. That's big brain right there. Rodney Harrison gone. Isaac Bruce gone. Michael Strahan gone. Larry Allen's gone. So we lose Larry Allen. Tim Rudy, Matt Turk, and Kevin Carter all retire from the Dolphins. And that's upsetting because I gave Larry Allen a 2-year contract. He didn't tell me he was going to retire. Willie Rofe is gone. Cordell Stewart. Rod Smith. Eric Moulds. Musha Muhammad. Anybody else? Gus Frerotte. We had him last year. He's gone. Joey Galloway is gone. And Mike McCarthy and Bruce Arians both retire as head coaches. So pretty big retirement this year from a lot of the big name guys. But now we're in the off season, so now we can get into the fun stuff. I just realized that I forgot to show you guys the final season stats. I showed you guys the stats for like halfway through the season or towards the end of the season, but I figured I'd show you guys the final stats because that's what a good guy does. So AJ Feely finishes with 3,600 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 13 picks. Good year. Ricky Williams, 211 rushes, 909 yards, 5 touchdowns. Ronnie Brown with 594 yards, 1 touchdown. David Boston did get over 1,000 yards. That's why he made the Pro Bowl this year. 77 catches, 15 touchdowns. So David Boston was our main touchdown target this year. Vernon Davis was 614 yards and 6 touchdowns on 64 catches. That's very good for our young tight end. On the defensive side, Zach Thomas absolutely racked up the tackles. 125, 2 sacks. Who led sacks? Was it? Oh, Jason Taylor with 13.5 sacks. Tamba Ali, our rookie out of Penn State, with 5 sacks. Then Cameron Wake has been playing well. Antoine Bethea had a sack and a half. He also had a pick. Who led interceptions? Jeremiah Bell. Well, it's a good thing that we brought him back in contract, so he's going to be coming back. Sam Madison also had 3. Bethea and Reggie Howard both had 1. Lindo Mare did decently well, kicked a 54-yarder, 39 of 39 on extra points. How did Devin Hester do on kick returns? So it looks like he split time with Wes Welker on kick returns, Wes Weckler, and he had 637. Neither of them scored any touchdowns. He did all the punt returning with 197 yards, so teams must not have punted on us very much. That goes to show how good our defense was, but it is what it is. And to the awards. So Chad Pennington does win the MVP. Mark it down. You'll never see this ever again. Chad Pennington is your MVP for 2006. Coach of the Year, Doug Peterson for the Eagles. AFC, he also racks up the Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Kirk Morrison. Owen Daniels wins Rookie of the Year. Where was our rookie? Vernon Davis was in 7th. And the Raiders keep taking the stuff. They take offense and defensive rookie of the year. Ernie Sims. Bethea was in 2nd, though. That's pretty good. Brady wins best QB, so that doesn't make any sense because Chad Pennington wins MVP and offensive player of the year, and yet Tom Brady wins best quarterback. All right. AJ Feely finishes in 6th, which is very good. Fred Taylor takes home best running back. Jericho Cotchery, forgot about that dude. Best wide receiver. David Boston finishes in 2nd. So we're just there, right there on some of these awards. David Stewart takes home best offensive lineman. Terrell Suggs takes home best defensive lineman. Jason Taylor finishes in 3rd. Keith Bullock takes home best linebacker. James Harrison, for some reason, is on the Patriots. All right. Okay. Whatever. Rasheed Mathis takes home best DB. Oh, it must have been this dude, Lito Shepherd, who I saw make the Pro Bowl. And there's some Chargers right there. Well, Egyptians now. They are the Egyptians. I'm gonna have to see where they moved to. I have no idea where they moved to. Is there any way that I can find that out? If I go to here, it's just gonna tell me their name, the Egyptians. Okay, I did not expect teams to actually move. I had it on everybody can move, but I did not expect everybody to actually move. Is there any way that I can check like actual team names? Is it in here? No? They're in Memphis. So they are the Memphis Egyptians now. Whatever. We'll go with it. We can't turn back now. They have already decided to move. Troy Polamalu is here. Whoa. Troy Polamalu is in free agency, along with Brett Favre and Kurt Warner. Justin Fargas. That's not Justin Fargas. Tiki Barber with no offers. He is 32, but no offers. Josh Reed, Greg Lewis. We're going to have to build... Ew, David Tyree, gross. We're going to have to build through the draft with wide receiver at least. Tight end, we're going to need to sign somebody from tight ends. I'll probably sign maybe Vasante Shako or maybe Christian Foria. Left tackle, we're fine. Left guard, we're going to need somebody. I'm very intrigued about that whole Troy Polamalu thing. That intrigues me. And Osei Umenyiora with no offers. Ooh. Osei Umenyiora with no offers. That could be very interesting. Put him on the left end. Okay, okay. We might be building a team here, boys. We might be building a team. Derek Brooks with no offers. He is 34, but we do need a right outside linebacker. Ty Law has 9 bids on him. We're not going to be able to get Ty Law, especially if we go and get Troy Polamalu. Anybody else? Mike Doss with 26 years old, 2 offers. We could try and get him. We have $61 million in cap, so we got to spend it, and I think we spend it on Troy Polamalu. The Egyptians are the #1 team on him. What are they offering him? So $83 million is a fair offer for Troy Polamalu. Oh, baby. He's 26 years old. All right. I think we go in and we pay a lot for Troy Polamalu and we get a big stud. Who doesn't like a big stud? $93 million. Over 6 years. Put in the offer. It puts us ahead of the Egyptians. All right, $93 million. That leaves us with $45.5 million in cap room to go out and build the rest of this team. I'm thinking. I don't really want to go and get Warner or Brett Favre. I don't think we need to get one of those guys, but Tiki Barber at 32 years old, 71 years old, 71 overall. I bet we could drop this down a bit, and he would sign here if I gave him about an $8 million contract over 2 years. All right. He could possibly sign here. We're going to need a tight end, so Fourier is the better option, so we'll go for him. He doesn't have any bids on him, so we'll give him a 2-year, $10 million contract. Left guard, we're going to need somebody, and neither one of these guys have any offers, and he's a little bit better. So we'll drop this down to 2.5, and then we'll bump this up, bump those numbers up. We'll give you like that, $8 million over 2 years, so we can kind of line the contracts up. We're going to need a center, and this guy's has no offers, but he's a 76 overall, so we'll bump those numbers up. We'll drop these numbers down, and we'll give you 2 years, $15 million. All right, we're spending some cash. We're spending some cash, ladies and gentlemen. And Osei Umenyiora is here. He has no bids. He's 80 overall, 25 years old. That's an absolute steal if we could get Osei Umenyiora. I am going to bump these numbers up to about $40.5 million over 3 years. That should be enough to bring him in. And now we're at 12.8, and I kind of want to save the rest of this money, but I do want to spend it on Derek Brooks. So we're only going to give him a year. No, we'll give him 2 years. And we'll drop this money down a lot to save as much money as possible. We'll drop this down to about $2.5 million. We'll drop this salary bonus down a lot. And we'll give him about 2 years, $10 million for Derek Brooks to be our outside linebacker. That leaves us with $7.98 million if they all sign. Let's simulate to the next week and see if anybody actually does agree. All right, we are here, and we got a couple of guys, but as you can see, you could probably tell it says rejected at the bottom for Troy Polamalu. Christian Fourier does accept, so we get an extra tight end. Tiki Barber accepts, and Wells accepts, so we got a starting left guard. But Troy Polamalu has rejected our offer. He is not going to be a Miami Dolphin. I'm just going to get some of these guys scouted so that we have a little bit of an idea of some of these safeties and corners. I've got a lot of guys already scouted, so that's good. But let's go into free agency and see where he actually does sign. So we still got Derek Brooks. We're going to lose Derek Brooks unless I don't bid on him. And Osei Umenyiora. So what do I need? Hold on. How good of outside linebacker draft is this? So we've got John Beeson, David Harris, Patrick Willis, Lawrence Timmons, and Paul Posluszny. All right, this is a decent outside linebacking class, or linebacking class in general. But the end class is not as good. So I think we go in for Osei Umenyiora, and we bring in him. He's going to be our big money get. 3 years, let's bump that up to $9 million. 43.5. What does that get us? Not enough, so we got to keep going. If I bump this up to 6.505, $45 million gets us in second place. So I bet if I move this up to 6.55, $46.5 million puts us in first place. But I do want to make sure that we get him. So I'm just going to make this 7.05 to get $48 million over 3 years for Osei Umenyiora. That puts us a little bit ahead of everybody else. So hopefully we're not going to get Derek Brooks, so I'm just going to withdraw that offer. So now we've got Osei Umenyiora. We're putting all of our eggs in the basket of Osei Umenyiora. And Troy Polamalu agrees to go to the Seahawks. All right, so he goes to the Seahawks. Robert Mathis to the Bills. Ty Law to the Rams. Their logo looks so much like the Chargers. It's confusing. Brett Favre to the Cardinals. Kurt Warner to the Browns. Lance Schulters to the Egyptians. Are they? Yeah, they're the Egyptians. Mike Doss to the Browns as well. The Browns out here spending some money. But we've got 2 guys to keep our eye on here as we simulate to the next week. All right, we got Weigman, but Osei Umenyiora rejects the contract. I thought I put enough money into Osei Umenyiora to get him, but it looks like we fall short. We signed these guys, which are good depth pieces, good pieces to get. But Osei Umenyiora signs with the Cowboys for $43.7 million. So we gave him more money. He just didn't want to come to the Dolphins. He wanted to sign with the Cowboys. We gave him the exact same amount of years. We gave him not as much of it was the bonus. He got $18 million from the Cowboys. We did not give him $18 million in a bonus. So that's why he signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Where did Derek Brooks end up signing? I got to check that real quick. Where did Derek Brooks end up signing? Not that. There we go. Where did Derek Brooks sign? He signed with the Cleveland Browns. All right. I don't even know they were. I didn't realize they were an option for Derek Brooks. But he goes to the Cleveland Browns. So the Browns spending some money here. They made business in year number 3 of this series. So let's go to the line. Let's scout some more linemen because we're going to need linemen. Dustin Fry. Might as well get him in here. Sears. Get some of these guys. Tim Duckworth, can't get him fully scouted. But now we go to the final week of free agency. We do have $41 million. There's not really a lot to go for now. Maybe just get some depth pieces. They're all kind of bad, though. All these guys are not very good. And I don't want to just waste money on guys just to have pieces. That doesn't sound like a good idea to do. And none of these guys are really piquing my interest as far as overall goes to be able to bring one of these guys in. So we are definitely going to have to prioritize outside linebacker. That is definitely something we need. Oh, Drayton Florence at 26 years old does not have a contract yet. So if I could maybe bump those numbers up just a bit and give him a 3-year, $16 million contract, that would save us some money. Is there anybody else here? Travis Fisher, he's got a bid on him. These guys got bids. Roderick Hood doesn't have any bids on him. But if we get Drayton Florence, that should be pretty good. These guys are all trash. Donnie Nicky is here. I would like to have Donnie Nicky because he's a Buckeye, but at 66 overall, he's probably not worth the money. He's not going to really progress that much. And we don't have a punter. All right, I did not realize that our punter retired, but I will get somebody here. Who should I get? None of these guys have bids on them, so I can pick whoever I want. But Sam Cook is 25, so I might as well give him a contract. 3 years, $735. That shouldn't take up too much of our money. All right, so we're waiting on 2 guys now, Drayton Florence and Sam Cook. Let's see if they actually agree to these contracts. I really hope they do. All right, so we're here on the final week of free agency, and they do accept. Drayton Florence is here with the Dolphins, and so is Sam Cook. So we got both of those players, and now our team is decently good. I would say it's improved a little bit on what it was. We definitely got to scout some of these linebackers. Is there anybody that had a really good combine? Not particularly. Let's get some of these guys scouted. Marvin Mitchell, can't get him scouted. That's fine. Now we get to go to the 2007 NFL Draft. But before we go to the draft, we get to look at the league signings just to recap and see if there's any big names that we missed. Curtis Martin to the Cardinals. That's probably about it. Mike Doss we already talked about. All these guys are just... Nobody else really of note that we didn't talk about. David Tyree Gross goes to the Eagles. All right. Now it's time to start the 2007 NFL Draft. I am super hyped to do it. Let's begin. Start drafting and then pause. All right. So we have pick 9 in the NFL Draft, but like I said, that is not good enough to get. It is not high enough to get Calvin Johnson. He will go probably number 1, but I would say he'd go guaranteed top 3. So let's look at the draft board. We have the 9th pick, the 18th pick in the first round, and then we have the 2nd and 3rd. So we have back-to-back picks in the 2nd round. That's going to be crucial for us. All right. Calvin Johnson. He scored a 7.8 on the combine. He is just he's a generational talent. How much would it cost to trade up to the Browns and get the trade up with the Browns and get the Browns pick? How much are they willing to trade? How much are we willing to trade? So I would give you my ninth overall pick, and I would give you 2 of my seconds. That's not anywhere close. Do I give up my first round pick next year? I don't think we're going to be able to get this pick unless we give them something that they want. But what do we have that they want? Our right tackle, they would obviously want Donald Penn, but I'm not going to give up Donald Penn. They would want Kyle Williams. I'm not going to give up Kyle Williams. I could give up Vernon Carey, though. Okay. Where does this leave us?
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
I did not think that was going to go through. I would have tried to get something else for it. No. Okay, this is good. We have the number 1 overall pick. That means we're going to get Calvin Johnson. But I did not think that was going to go through. Okay, so it goes through. We have the number 1 overall pick. We're going to draft Calvin Johnson right here. Make your selection. Pick a player. Calvin Johnson Jr., Megatron, come to the squad. 82 overall with hidden development. Let's go. He's the number 1 ranked in true value, and we drafted him number 1. Big get. He's our future right there. Oh my God, we got Calvin Johnson. All right, that's perfect. I did not really think that was going to go through. All right, now we skip to the next pick. Joe Thomas goes to the Bills. He's a 79 overall. Levi Brown to the Bengals at 3. LaRon Landry to the Texans. Gaines Adams to the Panthers at 5. That's a big reach. Amobi Okoye to the 49ers. Patrick Willis. I kind of wanted Patrick Willis, but he goes to the Cardinals. Jamal Anderson to the Broncos. And now we're at pick 9. The Browns pick that they traded back with us to get. Who are they going to take with it? Ted Ginn Jr. They take a Buckeye. Why did it say Maryland on there? I didn't even notice that it said Maryland on there. But trust me, he's an Ohio State Buckeye, and they take him at pick 9. All right, I don't know if he's worth pick 9. I would have probably taken him maybe late second round, maybe late first round. I don't know, but the Browns take him. Adrian Peterson to the Giants. Okay, that's a weird one. Darrelle Revis to the Saints. Okay, I thought Darrelle Revis would be there at pick 18. He's not, so that's fine. Leon Hall to the Bucks. Michael Griffin to the Rams. Adam Carricker to the Vikings. A lot of bad picks here so far. Justin Harrell to the Colts. Dwayne Bowe to the Ravens. Who do the Bears take? Brandon Merriweather. All right, we are up. It is finally our time. And with no Darrelle Revis, there's really only one option that I was looking at for this pick, and it's probably going to be either, well, the one option is linebacker, but Joe Staley's here, but we could get Marshall Yonda later, so that's good. Greg Olsen is also here. He's also projected to be a first rounder. I might be able to get Greg Olsen later if I really wanted him. Marshawn Lynch is here too, but we don't really need a running back. We need a linebacker. Our linebacking core, our defense is just gross. So, do we get John Beeson? What's his combine looking like? Okay, so he was the second linebacker, second right outside linebacker. He's projected to be a late first rounder. David Harris, on the other hand, is projected to be a mid-second rounder. What about Lawrence Timmons? He's projected to be a mid-first round pick. He's a speed rusher, 6'2", 242 out of Florida State. He didn't really do anything well in the combine, but he could be that generational pick. Although Paul Posluszny is here, 22 years old, out of Penn State. He's projected to be an early second rounder. We may be able to get Posluszny with the second pick, with the second round pick, and then go and get Marshall Yonda. No, Marshall Yonda may still be there because he's a third round projection on him. So what do we do here? With the 18th overall pick, Lamar Woodley would be a reach, I think. John Beeson, Aaron Ross. How did Aaron Ross look? 24 years old. Chris Houston. 4.36 40. Wow, okay. Eric Wright. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Reggie Nelson. We need everything. Eric Weddle's also projected second rounder. That would be interesting to get Eric Weddle. We need to get defense. So let me see. Let me think. What are the picks that I have? So I have the 18th pick, and then the second, the third, and the 18th pick in the second round. So I'm going to bank on Eric Weddle being there in the second round. I'm going to bank on Posluszny being there in the second round. And I'm going to bank on Marshall. Well, Marshall Yonda is projected third round, so I'm assuming he'd be there. We don't need a right guard because we got Jahari Evans, but I could move him to like left guard or something. Considering there's not a lot of good left guards. Oh, but there's also Greg Olsen here, who's projected to be a first-round talent. Ooh, do we pair up Greg Olsen and Vernon Davis, and then bank on those guys being there in the second round? Brent Selleck's down here. We could end up just getting Brent Selleck. That could be good too. We don't have to get Greg Olsen. What do we need to do? We need to prioritize something. I need to prioritize defense. I need to get somebody on defense. I'm just trying to think who would be the best option to get on defense. Do I get Lawrence Timmons and forget about Paul Posluszny? I think Paul Posluszny's the better player, though. What about middle linebacker? Justin Durant, 21 years old, 4'6", 40. He's a second round, though. He's got second round projections on him. John Beeson. Lawrence Timmons would probably be the one that I take if I take somebody in the first round here. All these other guys are projected second rounders, and Greg Olson's the only one that I really want that's projected first round, besides Reggie Nelson, maybe. So, do I get Reggie Nelson? Who's my free safety? Oh, it's Bethea, right? It's Antoine Bethea. So we don't need a free safety because we got Antoine Bethea. But we also don't need a tight end because we have Vernon Davis. This is tricky. Greg Olson is right here. Or do we take Joe Staley? Joe Staley is here at right tackle. How is he looking? We need a right... No, we don't need a right tackle because we have Donald Penn. I'm taking Greg Olson. I'm taking Greg Olson. He's here. He's a 70 overall with hidden development. It'll grow. He'll be fine. Now we skip until the second pick in the second round. Aaron Ross goes. Robert Meacham. Marshawn Lynch to the Jets. Joe Staley to the Falcons. Alan Branch to the Cowboys. Reggie Nelson to the Packers. Ben Grubbs to the Lions. Lawrence Timmons, he was a 70 overall too, so if I would have taken him, it would have been the same thing. Zach Miller to the Steelers. Paul Posluszny to the Eagles. I should have taken him. That's fine. Because John Beeson is still here, so if John Beeson doesn't go, we'll probably take John Beeson. Chris Houston goes. Aaron Sears to the Jags. Raiders take Anthony Spencer. Football team takes Jarvis Moss. And the Browns take John Beeson. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be absolutely kidding me right now. So John Beeson goes along with both of the linebackers that I was going to get. So, screw projections. I'm just going to take who I want to take. Marshall Yonda is here. He's third round. Ryan Khalil is here. All right, forget about this. David Harris, we're probably going to have to take you with one of these picks. And Eric Weddle with the other pick because we need a strong safety. So, I'm going to take Eric Weddle with the first second round pick. He's 72 overall with hidden potential. That's perfect. We'll get Eric Weddle on the team. He's ranked 15th in true value. Okay. And then with the next pick, I'll take David Harris, that right outside linebacker out of Michigan. He's a 72 overall with hidden potential. So he's only one overall lower than Paul Posluszny. But that hurts, man. That actually does hurt a little bit. Justin Durant goes, so it's a good thing I didn't take Justin Durant. Lamar Woodley to the Panthers. Sidney Rice to the Niners. Eric Wright to the Cardinals. Josh Wilson, Turk McBride. I'm not going to pronounce your name. Tim Crowder. Ryan Khalil to the Bucks. Kind of hurts. I kind of wanted to take him. Justin Blaylock. Brian Leonard. Samson Staley. And Dan Bazween. Bazine? I don't know how to pronounce that. All right. So now we're here in the second round, pick 18. I have a wide receiver. I have a tight end. I have a linebacker. I have a safety. I need another lineman. And I know Marshall Yonda's here, but he is projected third round, and there's two guys ahead of him. Do I lie to myself and think that he's going to be here? Or do I just take him and screw it? Because there's not really anybody else here that I want to take. No, and we can move Marshall Yonda to a different spot. Maybe left guard or something. We can figure it out. Maybe move Jahari Evans to left guard. I'm taking... I don't care. Taking Marshall Yonda. He's 71 overall with hidden potential. That's perfect. He will grow. I didn't want to waste any more time. Usama Young, Ryan Harris, James Martin, Marcus McCauley. I'm still waiting for one of the quarterbacks to go. No quarterback has gone yet in this draft. And with presented the option, I may take Jamarcus Russell.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Charles Johnson, Jonathan Wade, Drew Stanton, the first quarterback off the board. I'm pretty sure, right? The first quarterback off the board is Drew Stanton. It is. All right, whatever. Browns, you do you. I did not think that was going to happen. Anthony Gonzalez out of Ohio State goes to the Bills. Brandon Jackson, Lorenzo Booker, Brandon Mebane, Steve Smith out of USC, Jay Alford, Mario Henderson, Ray McDonald, Anthony Waters, Michael Bush, James Jones, Buster Davis. No quarterback has gone yet. Besides, what's his face? Do we take Jamarcus Russell or Kevin Kolb? I think they might be there still. Antonio Pittman is here. We could take Antonio Pittman, but we also got Ahmad Bradshaw and Pierre Thomas, who are both undrafted projections, so that could be pretty useful. We may be able to get one of those guys. Anybody down here that I would need? No, probably not. We have our tight end. Doug Free could be a good option for us, or Jerome Bushrod. But we really need to focus on some defense. I didn't really get a chance to scout some of these guys. Paul Soliai could be a good option for us, but he'd probably still be here. Eric Frampton, we don't need a strong safety because we just drafted Eric Weddle. Deshaun Goldston, late 4th round projection on him. What about corner? All these guys are late 4th round, or all these guys are 4th round and later. There's not a lot of talent left. Antoine Barnes had a 4.45 40. That's a lot of letters, and a lot of numbers. I'm liking Paul Soliai as our pick here. All right, do we get Andy Alman? I don't think we need a I don't think we need a guard because we've got Marshall Yonda. Why couldn't I think of that? There's nobody else here that I really need that's projected in the 3rd round. I could just reach a little bit and get Soliai, which I think I'm going to do, even though he is projected a 4th round talent. I think I'm going to do that. He is 69 overall, but he has hidden potential. So that's good. We still have the 27th pick in the 3rd round. Brady Quinn goes to the Patriots. All right, Brady Quinn headed to the Patriots, 61 overall. Does that mean Jamarcus Russell's going to go?
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Jamarcus Russell may go. He goes to the Cowboys. Jamarcus Russell is headed to Dallas. That is very interesting. John Beck to the Lions. All right, here we are at pick 27. We need a quarterback. Well, we don't need a quarterback because he's fine. I mean, I probably will just take Troy Smith, but I think the move here is trade back, get as many picks as possible for this pick, and then come back and look at something else later. I think that's the move because there's not really anybody else here that I want. So let's look at trade options. So we want as many picks as possible. And I think, this really isn't that good of deals. For a 3rd round pick, people are offering me 4th round picks? I was expecting 3rd round picks next year, really. This one intrigues me. I think I do the pick with the Colts because it's a 3rd round pick next year, so we'd just be swapping picks this year for next year. And then I trade some more picks for picks next year too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this Colts pick.
Well, if you're
We
wondering
get a
what the
pick
delay
next
is,
year
I think we
that
have
we
a trade
desperately
for you.
need. So now let's skip around and see if there's anybody of note that goes.
The
Manny
Raiders
Ramirez.
are now on the clock. The Bills
Nobody.
are now
Antonio
on the clock.
Pittman to the Bills.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
John Bowie.
The
Doug
Broncos
Free was
are
only
now
a
on the
64 overall, so that's a good thing we didn't
The
take him.
Chiefs are now on the clock. The
And now we're
Dolphins
up.
are now on the clock.
With a fourth round pick in the with the 11th pick in the 4th round. We have 4 picks remaining. At some point, I'm going to take Troy Smith, just because. I may take him in the 7th round. But I don't think there's anything else here that I really want. Or that I couldn't get later in the draft, I don't think. So I'm going to trade this pick as well. Let's review the offers. So we're getting 5th rounders now. That one intrigues me. So does that one. I think I do one of these ones. One of their where they're giving me either the football team or the Niners. 104, 107. The football team just went to the Super Bowl, so their picks are going to be probably pretty bad because I would assume they'd be pretty good again next year. So let's do this deal with the 49ers. We get 2 picks in return, which is perfect. Just trying to stockpile as many picks as possible. Scott Chandler goes.
Are now on the clock.
Quentin
Bears
Moses.
are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock.
Kevin Cobb to
Falcons are
the
now on the
Egyptians.
clock. The Packers are now on the clock.
Our pick is coming up here.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Okay, nobody's offering us 2 picks now, so we're just getting double, or just getting 4th rounders, but nobody's offering us any 2023 picks either. So it looks like we just moved back with the Raiders. Probably. Let's move back with the Raiders.
How come nobody's at the
We'll
podium?
swap picks with
That's
them.
because both teams are right now working on a trade.
They wanted Kareem Brown,
The Seahawks
okay.
are now on the clock.
And now we got our pick up again. Is anybody offering me 20? There we go. Some 2023 picks. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. So some 2023 4th rounders from the Saints, the Raiders, and the Jets. But the Jets made the playoffs. I don't think the Saints did. I can't remember if the Saints did this year or not. And the Raiders obviously made the playoffs. They were in the Super Bowl. So let's take the Saints 4th round
I
pick.
see both teams filling out cards. You know what that
Let's see
means?
who they take with that pick. They take CJ Gaddis. Okay.
The Browns
Quincy
are now on
Black.
the clock.
Brent
The
Selleck.
Texans are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock.
And our
The
pick
Giants
is up
are now on
now.
the clock.
So I haven't seen Troy Smith go off the board yet, so we still got plenty of time to get him. That's a good one. But these are also, we could also get another 4th round pick. So screw that. We're getting a 4th round pick. And this time I'm taking it from the Jets.
What wait looks like both war rooms are
All right.
furiously back on the
So we
phones.
traded a 5th round
I think
pick
that
for a
means
4th round
trade
pick
is
next year. Perfect.
coming. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Colts
Will
are now
Herring,
on the
Clint
clock.
Sessions.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Memphis Egyptians are
The
now
Memphis
on the clock.
Egyptians.
The Cowboys are now
I
on
can't
the
believe they
clock.
actually
The
left. That's kind of
Lions
crazy.
are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock.
All right, we've got pick 11 in the 6th
The
round.
Seahawks are now on
Trent
the clock.
Edwards goes to the Seahawks.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
David Irons.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The
All right, our
Dolphins are
final
now on the
pick
clock.
in the draft. I would assume Troy Smith's going to go undrafted, but I just want to... Oh, here we go. These guys might go undrafted too. We could possibly steal one of these guys in free agency. That might be pretty big. Who did better, though? He's got A carrying with C plus trucking and C plus juke move. He's got A minus carrying, B juke move, and B minus spin move. He ran a 4.5 40. He ran a 4.49 40. Pierre Thomas might be the move. And I'm just going to bank that Troy Smith just falls to free agent or just falls to undrafted. I'm going to take Pierre Thomas. He's a 4th round. We had a 4th round grade on him. I'm going to draft Pierre Thomas. He's a 63 overall with hidden potential. But, hey, in the 6th round with hidden potential, that's a W.
The Rams are now on the clock.
So now, let's see if Troy Smith does, in fact, get taken.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
I don't think he will. We're into the 7th round now.
The Bills are now on the clock.
We don't have a pick in the 7th round, so...
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Troy Smith does get picked by the Chiefs. Interesting. He's a 55 overall. So if I wanted to trade for him, I could easily do it because he's only a 55 overall, and they took him in the 7th round, so they don't value him that much.
The Saints are
but now that Troy Smith has been picked, I don't really care. Actually, you know what? Let's just see if Ahmad Bradshaw gets picked.
Now on the clock. The Ravens
Will Ahmad Bradshaw get picked? That is the question. Jordan Palmer to the Jets.
The Browns are now on the clock. The Eagles.
Pittman, C.J. Wilson. Who's that? Isaiah Standback. All right, stand back. And Nate Harris. Who's going to be Mr. Irrelevant this year? Tyler Thigpen. Tyler Thigpen is Mr. Irrelevant. All right, let's do a little bit of draft recap here before we end the video. So with the first pick in the draft, we take Calvin Johnson. He's going to be, he's going to be money. That's beautiful. Then we get Greg Olsen with the 18th pick, which is fine. We got 2 stud tight ends now. Eric Weddle with the 2nd pick in the 2nd round. And then we got David Harris as well because Paul Posluszny wanted to get taken. Marshall Yanda, who I'm probably going to move to guard. Paul Soliai in the 3rd round is a decent pick. All these guys had hidden potential, by the way. And then Pierre Thomas in the 6th round who had hidden potential. And he's a 63 overall. So I think this is a much better draft than last year's draft. Mainly because we got Calvin Johnson, which is just fantastic. So he's already one of our best players on the team. Marshall Yanda at right tackle. Jahari Evans at right guard. Whitworth at left tackle. We need somebody to fill in that left guard spot. So I'm thinking... What happens to Jahari if we move him to left guard? Does he move to an 82? Does he stay at 82 or does he move somewhere else? Move him to left guard, save changes. He stays in 82. Perfect. So now what happens to Yanda when we move him to right guard? Does he stay at a 71? He stays at a 71. All right. So our offensive line looks very, very good now. And it's very young, too. Whitworth, Jahari Evans, Marshall Yanda, and Donald Penn, all with at least 1 year of experience. Our offensive line is looking very good for the future. We just need to find that center now, maybe in next year's draft or in free agency or something. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Next episode will be the start of year number 3, the 2007 season. And in that video, you will see the draft class for the first time, the 2008 draft class, which I think has not Vince Young, which I think has Matt Ryan in it, is who I was thinking of. Matt Ryan, and I'm not sure who else is in it, but you guys will see it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!